Texas.
The gentleman from Texas.
I thank the gentleman from California, and I couldn't agree more with his characterization. And I've got a photo here. I'm not going to turn it around because it's got the faces of kids in it, but it was just sent to me just today from the county attorney from a county in South Texas that has a photo with two little kids, probably in the sort of 2 to 4 age range, jammed into the back of a vehicle, packed to the brim, smugglers running the car, and they. This is the status. Is the normal course of operations going on in the South Texas all the time. We're encouraging this. Our country, the supposedly greatest, most powerful, strongest country in the world, is encouraging this. The last time I was down at the border, I go probably about every couple of months, down at the river, talking to people coming, and almost every single person that I talked to were saying they wanted to come here for a better way of life. And God bless them. I mean, I absolutely admire them desire to want to come here for a better way of life. But any of them weren't coming to me saying, oh, I'm coming here because I'm afraid of what was happening to me and wherever it was, whatever. They wanted a job. They wanted opportunity. And I do not begrudge that. But we are allowing them to be used. We are. That's what we're doing. We are allowing them to be used by cartels for profit. And yes, some of them aren't paying cartels.
Would the gentleman
Some of
yield?
them are moving. I might yield in a minute, but that's the reality of what we're dealing with, is that we're setting up a situation where the little girl that I was talking to, I then broke off and talked to the two boys that were right behind her, and I asked them, where were you last night? And they were spending the night in the park across the Rio Grande. And I asked them, did anything bad happen to that girl? And both the little boys said yes. And she was a 14-year-old girl, give or take. And they said she was sexually abused. I was talking to them in my broken Spanish. That's what they told me. Now, he said, oh, you're making that up. No, this is the reality of what happens down there. We talk to the people in the law enforcement and Border Patrol and the people down there all the time. That is no way for us to do business. We can set up systems for people to be able to avail themselves of legal paths to come here. We can open our hearts, open our arms to help people to claim asylum legitimately. But you cannot have a system that is utter chaos when you have 7.7 billion other people around the world who, of course, would love to come to this country. I yield back to the chairman. I'm sorry, I used up my time.
Time has expired. Gentlelady from Texas, recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Roy, I actually agree with much of what you have said. I speak to migrants all the time. Obviously, I live in El Paso. El Paso has been the epicenter for some time. We had the highest number of encounters in 2022, and we are already slated to have the highest number of encounters in 2023. I speak to the migrants every time that I can. And you're absolutely right. I have seen a shift, more and more migrants who are not claiming persecution, but would like an economic opportunity. Could not agree with you more. It is more and more unsustainable over time. And the longer that Congress does nothing, the worse it will become. Where you and I do not agree, but where I wish we could find common ground is, I think, number one, we have to acknowledge this is not the fault of one person. I mean, I have lived in my community all my life. I have volunteered to help migrants since I was in my 20s. I'm now 53 years old. So this has been going on my entire life. Has it gotten more pronounced? Yes, 1,000% it has. It's been steadily growing since 2014. What we need to do is recognize that part of the answer, And I'm with you. I believe we've got to have strong enforcement. We've got to know who's coming into our country. We've got to have as much security and safety as possible. But one avenue for getting there is legal pathways. And that's where we are not speaking to each other in a way to find some unity. But I guarantee you, Mr. Roy, that if we open up some
Point of order. The
legal pathways-
gentlelady is to direct her comments to the chair.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, I guarantee you, if we were to work together on finding legal pathways, in addition to enforcement mechanisms, I think you would find unity and bipartisan support. So I want to express that I want to solve this. I want to address this. I don't think the status quo is humane. I think it is incredibly inhumane. But I think because what we have been doing is the same thing over and over and over again, building walls, seeking deterrence, let's try a new path. And that new path is opening up legal pathways. And I'll work with you on that every day of the week. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. The question occurs on.
Hey, before you click on the next video, if y'all could do me a big favor and hit that like button. The algorithm loves it, and so do I, because it helps promote these videos and get the message out about what our government has been doing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications, because every time I put out a video, you want to know about it, right? Thanks again, and have a good one. See you on the next one. Peace.